Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to the series I'm Turning 30, where I, Mitch, talk about my journey up to 30, whether it be past stories, things I'm working on right now, or things that I plan to do in the future. And as you can see, today's topic, I wouldn't say is a hobby necessarily, but we're going to talk about working out today. Now, with working out, I have a very, how shall we say, interesting, weird, I hate working out relationship with working out. It is not one of my favorite things to do in the entire world. Now, if you know me, that doesn't really come much as a surprise. I've never really been a fan of working out, going to the gym, and just doing that kind of stuff in general. I mentioned, I think, in the sports video, but I much prefer rather doing sports and being like competitive in some type of game sense rather than lifting weights, running, just for the sake of getting stronger and that kind of thing. However, this is in contrast, I think, to a lot of my family members. A lot of my family members enjoy going to the gym, doing CrossFit, being active, going on hikes, doing these things. But I've never had that sort of relationship towards working out or wanting to work out basically my entire life. Unless it was training for a sport, I never really went out of my way to work out, all the way up until I was 26, 27. Around the age of 26 and 27, I ended up getting my first gym membership. It was actually, I think, 8 or 9 months after COVID started. I decided I was going to go to the gym, lift weights, and just try to be a healthier person, because now that I was actually getting in my late 20s, I was much less involved in the sports things that I mentioned. I wasn't going out and playing basketball. I wasn't on the track team. There wasn't these opportunities for me to participate in sports and still be active. So I decided, let's try to be at least somewhat healthy and go to the gym. And for a stretch of, I believe, about a year and a half, I had a gym membership, or I had an apartment that had a gym. So as soon as I started working out, I went 4 times a week. I set aside Monday through Thursday to go to the gym and train different body parts, as you do, and just try to be a more healthy person. This continued for about a year and a half until I moved to Japan, where I have kind of fallen out of the habit of working out and training different muscles to be healthier and burn calories just in general. And part of the reason that I wanted to make this video today is because I wanted to commit to you, those who view this video, as well as to myself, and saying it out loud, that starting today and after I record this video, I am going to start running. I am going to run for 30 minutes to an hour every single day. I don't know where necessarily I'm going to run, if I'm going to have a certain destination in mind, but that's the goal that I have, is every single day, Monday through Sunday, I'm going to run for 30 minutes to an hour, and that will be my workout regimen. I do some home workouts now. I do like push-ups and a lot of ab workouts at home right now. There's really nothing out here near me in the Japanese countryside that I can like lift weights and get other types of muscles besides doing the home workouts and calisthenics and things like that. So I kind of do the calisthenics at home. You can't really tell. I did just order this this gear. I got a not like necessarily a yoga mat, but kind of like a workout mat as well, to make the workouts a little bit easier for my apartment. Yeah, I'm going to be kind of starting this deeper fitness journey, or kind of continuing what I started in the middle of COVID up until I moved to Japan. But yeah, feel free to hold me to that. Let me know if you see results going forward in future videos as I begin this arduous adventure of running, especially when the Japanese summer comes and it's blistering hot with 100% humidity. Can't wait for that. Now, if we go back a little bit, and I've told some of my friends this before as well, but I never wanted in any relationship to have someone be with me because of the way that my body looked, or not be with me necessarily. And obviously you can't control what people think and why they do and do not want to be with you. But in my mind, I wanted to kind of just not have this gym rat mentality and have someone be with me and want to start hanging out with me because I looked like I had a certain body type. And that was part of the reason that I didn't really like going to the gym, as well as motivation issues growing up, and just also my entire family being into it. I think when I was younger, I really had like this contrarian, I think, type of viewpoint where I wanted to be different than how the rest of my family was. I wanted to make a name for myself in my own way, and figuring out that they all liked that, it was an easy way to just be like, no, I'm not going to do this because they do this type of thing. And this isn't really necessarily part of the working out thing, I guess, but in other news and kind of related to this, and I might as well mention it, I'm going to be climbing Mount Fuji next month. So that'll be something that I've never done. And I know Mount Fuji isn't necessarily like the tallest mountain ever. It's obviously I believe the biggest in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be an arduous thing that I'm doing, and something that I'm super out of my element with, which is part of the reason I think running and doing a small bit of training before I go is a good idea. But it'll be an experience, I think, that will be very helpful, just looking at the greater outlook of my time here in Japan. So yeah, hopefully climbing Mount Fuji will be fun. I'm going with a couple other people that I know, and yeah, I'll report back after that happens, maybe throw in some footage about how Mount Fuji went and put that in a video. Climbing Mount Fuji, even coming to Japan, was never really on my list of things to do. It sounded like something cool to do, but I was here by myself. How was I going to convince people to kind of go? I'm not like that into the idea, but the opportunity just kind of fell before me, presented itself, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Like, when will I be able to ever say that I had the chance and opportunity to climb Mount Fuji and that I did it? Like, that's something not a lot of people, I think, get to do. And the fact that I'm able to just have that on my resume as a person is just like a cool thing to say, I think. Now going forward, kind of after that, looking further deep into this topic, I've never been a person that's been necessarily insecure or thought about much about my body weight, my height, just the size of myself, just in general, my whole life. However, I do realize that I am on a slight incline as I'm getting older. So to try to taper that out and make sure that I don't suddenly spiral out of control as I get into my 30s, 40s, I am going to try to do this for the betterment of myself, and also, as I kind of mentioned in other videos, I really like to eat, and being a foodie is something that I'm really happy to be, and like trying different things and trying different drinks and foods, especially now that I'm in another country. And I'll be able to try just really delicious dishes and have less of consequences if they are super unhealthy. And this is my body right now. If I kind of just like sit still, if I like shove out my stomach, you can see the change. If I really try to like push it out, you can see me hunch and try to like really like shove my stomach out. But if I stand up straight, you can kind of see the ab workout sort of coming into play. And I am approaching the 200-pound mark right now, so I'm going to do my best to sit under that mark. I think that's just going to be my goal, is just make sure that I stay under. When I was consistently working out back in the States, I was actually approaching 200 as well. I worked out, and I had a very physically tasking job at the time at Costco, and I ended up losing 15 pounds during that time period as well, and I was at 180. I wouldn't necessarily say I felt healthier or better. Honestly, I was just more exhausted and sore. I never felt better about anything. That's another point I think about working out. Even when I was a teenager and training for sports, or when I was super active, I never felt healthier. I never felt like, I feel so much better than I normally do. I've just never like noticed a difference whether I've like intensively worked out or been active and when I haven't. There's sometimes you go stir crazy, I think, but I think in the long run for me, I just haven't seen the effects that a lot of people see when they aren't active, or all of a sudden they become active and they're like, oh, I feel so much better. I've just never had that personally. And maybe I'm missing a step. Maybe that will happen for me. Maybe it'll happen for me right now as I try this running thing again, even though I ran quite a bit in high school. But we'll see. I just wanted to let you guys know my fitness journey going forward. I'm interested to see if I'll notice any changes, or if you guys will. I'm fairly comfortable in my own skin physically, so I don't know if I will outright notice any changes, and I post every week, so I'm not sure if you guys will either. But hey, maybe we'll come back to this video in 3-4 months time, and I will have a completely different facial structure. I won't be able to shove out my belly, you know, like this, or do things of that sort. We'll see. It'll be interesting to kind of look back and see what this running for a certain amount of time every single day, getting a certain amount of steps in, will do for me, and what will it make me look like now that I am going to be turning 30. And one last thing that I wanted to mention before ending the video. If you are into working out, if you're into a certain active lifestyle, this isn't a slight at you. It's just not like something that I enjoy, something that is for me. If you enjoy doing it, if it makes you feel good, I fully believe you should do it and keep pursuing it as long as it is making you happy. And I mean happy internally. If you're doing it for external happiness, I think that that can be okay as well. But if you're just looking for other people to comment on how you look, I don't think that's the best way to go about using working out. Just in my personal opinion. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I feel. Just go fishing for compliments or hearing that you look so good, I feel like can lead down a dangerous road. Just make sure you're exercising and working out for the right reasons. Also, shout out to all of my friends and family that are active. It is very impressive. I think a lot of sometimes the things that I see, like my sister being a CrossFit trainer, going through her pregnancies as a CrossFit trainer, is just so amazing. Seeing the dedication that my oldest brother has gone through kind of with his family and having this own like very nice home gym just throughout the years, and just seeing their relationship and how they kind of treat working out. Shout out to my friend Cole, who does marathons and does these huge long runs and has like looked into certain types of shoes that help you run marathons better. It is very impressive to me, and just something I think I will never like fully get into, but is very interesting to hear you speak about. It seems like there is this passion behind the fitness community that I don't think I'll ever fully understand. And I wish I could, but I don't think I will ever get there or want to get there personally. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to anyone that's done anything cool. If there's something that you think that I should do that is in the realm of Mount Fuji-esque in Japan, let me know down in the comments down below. But once again, guys, thank you again for tuning into the series I'm Turning 30. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, if you're enjoying these videos. I upload a video every single week at the same time, depending on your time zone. And I talk about an array of different things. This week, it's kind of like a personal progress, personal goals, holding myself accountable in front of a camera and just saying my thing out loud. The past few weeks, I've done some hobbies that I'm interested in. I've talked about mental health, things that have happened in my past. There's an array of topics that I talk about. So again, if you like what I'm talking about and just hear my stupid face in the background, even if it's background noise for you, I'd appreciate it if you could click the like and subscribe button. It'd mean a whole lot to me. But that's it for this week, guys. Thanks once again for tuning into the series I'm Turning 30. My name's Mitch, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.
One eternity later.
I think 30 minutes was a little too overzealous, but I did it. 32 minutes, day one. Oh God, why do people do this?